The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. My apologies about the delay in getting started, just a few technical difficulties. I do want to thank everyone for taking time to join us today. We will have Dave Pimper, one of our top sales coaches, join us here shortly to go through a brand new product, or not product, but a brand new marketing system that we've introduced called Retirement Boss Radio. Very excited to have it out and available. Dave is doing a great job with it, as well as many other advisors throughout the country. With that being said, I will do a shortened introduction here today. And as soon as Dave does get logged in, we will hand it directly over to him. Just a couple things I do want to point out as we are waiting for Dave. One will be the top right-hand corner of your screen. That is 800-255-5055. Our phone number here. If there is anything we can be doing here at IAMS to assist you in your life or fixed annuity efforts, please do not hesitate to give us a call. I know some questions have come in already on the presentation. I'm sure that's because of my delay, and again, my apologies for the delay in getting this started. There will be quite a bit of information put in front of you here today from Dave, so he does a great job of being as transparent as possible and answering everything he can while we are live and in session. So please, as the presentation gets going, feel free to type in any questions you have. We will get those answered at the end of the session, and then a polling questions. We will launch a poll or two throughout the presentation. More than likely, just one poll will be launched today. So if you would please be kind enough to just click yes or no on that, we certainly would appreciate the participation there. Get into a few highlights here. With the IAMS Business Builders, the Referred Producer Program. Our business here at IAMS is very, very similar to yours there in the field, in that one of the best leads we'll ever receive is a referral from one of our valued clients. So we want to make it worth your while to refer individuals to us. We will give you a $50 thank you check when you refer an individual to us, and they pick or sign up with any one of our carriers. Now, where the real money comes in is as your referral writes business, we will give you a 20 basis point override on any and all business that they write. So it can be very, very lucrative for you. If there is anyone you can think of that could benefit from doing business with us here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services, please type their name into the questions box, email them to me, scott@imsinc.com. Of course, feel free to let me know who they are when I do call to follow up. We'd certainly love the opportunity to recruit them here to IAMS and get you on your way to earning some referred producer dollars. Marketing reimbursement at the bottom of the page there, definitely our most popular program. Reason it's our most popular program is because it's very, very lucrative for you. So rough numbers on that, $100,000 in premium through IAMS will put $100 into your marketing reimbursement account. We do not cap your account. We don't make you roll it out in any specific time frame. It's your money to use as you like, and we also put very, very few restrictions onto onto the vendors that you can utilize with marketing reimbursement. With that being said, if you'd like to know more details about the program, or if you would like to know what's in your account, please let me know. We will get that out to you. Producer Builders, this is going to be geared towards individuals who are new to us here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services, or if this is your first introduction to us here at IMES. There are 3 great levels to qualify at. As you can see, at each level, there are great options to choose from. Cash rewards, business building tools, personal perks, all available to you. If you would like more information about where you stand, or if you want to have a conversation about what we can do to help you jump up to the next level, please let me know. We will get that. Love to have that conversation with you. Back office support. This is the heart of who we are here at IMES, with business building tools and resources. Some of the resources, being an example, would be what you're seeing here today. Normally a webinar that starts on time. Again, my apologies. Weekly trainings, we do live trainings. We've got a ton of resources available to you on our website. Of course, we've got our internal staff here. You saw some business building tools. So a lot of stuff that we can do behind the scenes to help you grow your practice. We are here with our internal team to help you with case design assistance and annuity illustrations or life illustrations. We do make a same-day guarantee on that case design, where the day you request it, we will get it out to you that same day, something we pride ourselves on. Of course, we have our 3-ring guarantee here at IMES. If you've ever called into our office, you will know that your phone call will be answered within 3 rings, and you will talk to a live person. We are going to put forms at your fingertips. You can get those right at IMESinc.com. You can call us at 800-255-5055. We will get you any and all forms that you need. Top sales expertise and coaching, not only our internal sales expertise that we have here at IMES, but also our sales coaches throughout the country. One of them is Dave Pimper, who you will meet here shortly. A lot of opportunity to help you and coach you up in your business and in your sales efforts. And then paperless contracting. We all know the pain of filling out licensing agreements. We can get rid of that pain. We are on the Efficient Forms platform, as are about 90% of all the carriers we offer. We'll ask you to fill out licensing one time. We'll upload it onto the Efficient Forms platform on your behalf, and then we will have you pre-populated there. So should you need to add a carrier in the future, all we have to do is click a button when you give us the authorization to do so. If you have any questions on any of that, please let me know. Creative Marketing Solutions, we do have our in-house creative team here, and our in-house creative team will be able to assist you with turnkey solutions that are handwritten, ready to be personalized to you and go out. Very, very quick turnaround. Of course, we can help you with agency solutions as well. If you have not created a consistent brand for your practice, we will certainly be able to assist you with that. Jacob and his team do a great job. Logo designs, we can get them onto business cards, stationaries, advertising, things of that nature, and then digital solutions as well. We have a lot of expertise with websites, with marketing strategies, social media consulting, email marketing consulting, as well as online newsletters, all available to you there. If you'd like more information on any of this, please let me know. Please let me know. We can get you in contact with Jacob here in-house, and his team would love to be working with you. The IMES website, I've mentioned it a few times here, IMESinc.com. A lot of great stuff out there. When this presentation has ended, if you would take the time to go out to IMESinc.com, create an account if you haven't, take a look around. A lot of great stuff available for you. Retirement Analyzer, one of my favorite things that we offer, and I believe I'm going to go through the Retirement Analyzer. I believe Dave Pimper just joined us, so we will get it over to him as soon as we get through this slide. The Retirement Analyzer, great closing tool, great sales tool in general. It is an analysis of a client's current financial health and how long their finances will last into their retirement years. By clicking a button, you can show a client in very plain graphs and plain, easy to understand numbers exactly how much longer their dollars will last, because they've chosen to do business with you and implement your solution or your product into their portfolio. Marcus Solar in our office is our point man on this. And if you'd like to try a free trial or get more information, just give him a call. With that being said, Mr. Pimper, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Absolutely, buddy. I'm going to jump forward here and I'm going to hand it over to you.
Okay.
here right now. I was a little late getting in here. My apologies to you, sir. I'm going to give you control, and without any further delay, ladies and gentlemen, Dave Pimper.
Hey, appreciate it. I'm sorry that we got a little bit late going today. We will certainly, we'll be done with here with about 15 minutes. I think it's an important subject. Marketing your practice is one of the most important things you can do. You can be the best presenter, you can have the best product, you can be the best closer, but if you're not getting in front of people, you're still not doing much business. And there are a lot of different ways to market practices. And one of the ways that we market our practice, and I say we as in myself and other folks with IAMS, is with a radio show. Now, I will say this, Retirement Boss Radio, Take Charge of Your Money, which is trademarked. This is a show that I tested for 6 months, and then it took us about a month and a half to kind of get it ready to market to IAMS. I'm a producer, but I coach for insurance agency marketing services also. And so what happens is that I had done live radio show for 45 minutes from 7:15 till 8 o'clock a.m. on Saturday morning. I did that for 11 years, and it was live with the AM radio owner, Randy Davis, and we had success of getting well known, success of getting some kind of celebrity status, but of actually getting appointments. My goal was to get more known, to get appointments. At this stage of my career, I really don't care how well I'm known. I mean, I want those appointments, though. That's extremely important. So as we go through today, I'm a big seminar proponent. Have performed almost 500, actually, I think it's 497 public seminars. We just got done with 2 Social Security seminars on Monday and Tuesday this week. We got 10 appointments. Pretty happy with that. But seminar has a unique, just a unique sliver kind of compared to seminar market. I don't know if I can't say it's better or worse, but I will say this. It's a medium that most advisors do not have an expertise in, and there's a lot putting this together. So as we go through this, if there's any questions, you can certainly bring them on up, and I will answer those for you when we get finished. The question is, why radio? And first of all, radio reaches more Americans each week than any other platform, more than smartphones, TVs, personal computers. Can you believe that? But it does. You know, right at 93% of all people 75,000 a year or over household incomes listen to radio on an average of 12 hours a week. And there's a lot of talk radio. In fact, talk radio is hot. And that's normally where we try to get the Retirement Boss radio show on. Average age of talk radio is 61, divided, interestingly enough, between male and female. But I tell you what, radio pretty much makes you the celebrity. It makes you the expert. That's something that seminar marketing really does not do. So why radio? Because a lot of people listen to it. This actually is the support by the Nielsen stats, which covers media, covers radio, covers television, but you can see radio versus TV, smartphone, PC, TV connected devices. Radio contacts and touches a lot of folks. So I like, now we do have some AM radio also, or some FM radio also, but mainly it's kind of the Rush Limbaugh, the Glenn Beck, Kim Komando, Dave Ramsey. Those are if they're on those shows during the week, we would like to get there on a Saturday or a Sunday. You got to wonder, why is somebody like Dave Ramsey, you know why they're on that radio station? To make money. I mean, it does. Rush Limbaugh, those advertisers make them money. And so what happens, people are listening to that. And it really kind of, they go in and feel like that station is almost endorsing you, which of course they don't. They don't know your whole background, but it certainly feels that way. So what happens is I like that exposure. I like that kind of celebrity status. And the bottom line is, we're setting up appointments with a appointment setting call center. That's what we want to do when we're done with that hour show. Now, there's three components of Retirement Boss Radio. One is we have to make sure that your city, the metropolitan area that you're in, is large enough. So it needs to be 100,000 people or more to really make it worthwhile. Enough people can be listening at one time. So if you're in a town I'm in Nebraska. So if you're in a town in western Nebraska of 7,000 people and they have a radio station, you know what? I mean, people might listen to it, but you're not going to get many calls because you might only have 10, 15 people listening to it at any one time. You need hundreds of people listening to it. So you'd have to have some size. Then it's like real estate, you got to find the right station at the right time. So, Sunday at 6 p.m. isn't going to be nearly as strong as like my show. I have it Sunday at 12, right after church, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. It's a good time. Most Saturdays from 8 o'clock Saturday till 5 o'clock Saturday, believe it or not, almost the whole day is good on Saturday. So what happens is then you've got a production company, and they have a co-host. In fact, if you go to www.Retirement Boss Radio, www.retirementbossradio.com, you'll be able to hear the exact show, the podcast that I have. I think we've got 30-minute segments on that because it takes up so much room to have an hour on each one, but 30-minute segments. But you'll get a real good feeling of the quality of the production. And then what's cool about this is when people call into the recorded show, it goes into a live call center, and their goal is to set appointments. That's their goal, is set appointments. I average right now about 3 appointments a week. It might be just under, but about between 2.5 and 3 appointments a week every single week. And once it's set up, really, I'm recording on Monday morning. I record at 8:30 till, you record 30-minute segments, and then we repeat a 30-minute segment from a show before. Most people don't listen to radio for a full hour, so that cuts our production costs down in half, which is great. So I've got a radio background, not working in a radio, but as a financial planner, I did 11 years of live radio. I also did 13 years of a ending market report, like Paul Harvey in the news, a market commentary. We had some quotes, etc. So, and then about 9-10 months ago, Steve Murray, co-owner of IAMS, and Charles Hiring, the other co-owner, I went to them because I coached for them, and I have for 13 years. And I said I'm going to do radio, and so they've certainly been a partner in that, and that's whose webinar we are on, of course, today. But what happens is they enabled us to go in and really get up and running on this. And what I do is I kind of keep you out of the ditches. What I'm trying to do is really give you the insight of how to be very successful when it comes to a radio show setting. If you got any questions whatsoever, certainly go ahead and mark them on in, and I'll be more than happy to handle those for you. It's a turnkey system. The nice thing is, really the only thing that you're purchasing for this, besides the airtime and production, I mean, of course you're doing that, but it's about $160, $70. We've got I call it studio in a box. You can record right from your office or right from your home, and it's a mic and there are headphones so you can hear the co-host. We supply the software to you that everything hooks up together. There's a little windscreen that we use so you're not popping in your P's and T's, especially your P's. So we got that. And then if you don't have much insulation in your room, there's no doubt that there's a little sound box that costs about $30 that makes it almost as good as if you're in the actual studio. I don't use the sound box because I've got grass cloth on my wall. I also have carpet on the floor. So, but you know what? If you go again to www.retirementbossradio.com, you'll hear kind of the professionalism. You'll actually hear my live shows on podcast, but it's a turnkey system. I mean, we got a system now that works, and just in 2 months, I mean, we've got Orlando, Florida. We've got an agent that is there, a representative. We've got one that we just signed up in Reno. We have one that's in Reno, Nevada. We got one that's in Stockton, Modesto, California. We just signed up with Phoenix. But that doesn't mean that we can't go into other stations in that area, because some of those are huge areas like Phoenix. But what happens here is that this show really has garnered a lot of interest and really some really good appointments. And my ROI on radio has been extremely good, better than what seminars have been so far. So the media buyer I have has been around for 22 years. His family's been in the owning radio business for over 50 years, all throughout the United States. He's bought radio time for over 20 years. He has 400 current weekly shows that he has negotiated and purchased airtime for. There's probably not a metropolitan area in the nation that he hasn't gone on and purchased for. The nice thing about being able to record is that you can do it over again. When I did mine on Monday, there was twice where I said, "Hey, stop, let's redo it," and then I count down and off we go again. That's what that production company does, is they go in and they are the ones that take care of all those mistakes that you have and make it sound really, really good. Depending on the size, how much are the cost of radio? So you'd think it'd be much more expensive. There's a cost for airtime. That's normally they charge it per week. Remember, most years will have probably 8 4-week months and maybe 4 5-week months. Okay. Production costs, but you know what? I have seen where it has been with and then the call center to take the calls, but it's been as low as a couple $1,000s a month, and I've seen it as high as $7,000 a month. And if you really get into a big Rush Limbaugh station like in Chicago or the biggest of stations, LA, no, it could certainly be a lot more than that. But most of ours we see are between $2,500 and $4,500 a month. And what happens is you're getting that exposure. And what I've averaged is about 3 appointments a month. So I'm getting 12, 13, 14 a set appointments. I don't have to set them. I have to call them back on Monday and verify them, but set appointments a month. And that's kind of like Christmas every time I look at my phone, after that. For $50 a month, it's up to you, but we can put you on iTunes. So we can podcast you on iTunes, and certainly you could tell your clients to go in and look at that. But it's I find it worthwhile. But if you don't, then that is $50 that you can save. This just goes to kind of show you from the call center, they shoot forward to us this report every time someone calls, and even a hang up. But here, KFAB is where I'm doing the radio. I go from 12 to 1. They went on in and they called, as you can see here, at 1:07. So it was right after the show was done. Appointments at 8 o'clock. I was all set up. I met with this fella. The comments, turning 59 soon, hasn't settled on someone yet. He has a 401k that is 7-figured. Also had questions about his Social Security. What's interesting, when he came in, that was right after the market had gone down in January, February, or October, November, December. And so what happens is it was still down some, like 980, 70, 80,000. It was just over $1 million at one time. Single fella. But we're going to do an in-service non-hardship withdrawal, or I hope we do, for $300,000, and he'll be retiring hopefully in 2-3 years. We can get the rest, but he does not have an advisor. All of his money is at the bank. It's an extremely good workshop. At 59.5, his company allows him to pull portions or all that money out, and he's talking about doing $300,000. So I just want to show you, would I get that this comes across the computer on my email or my cell phone, which I use. So it's just kind of like Christmas on every Sunday when I get those set appointments. I mean, I love that I don't have to do the work. It's the appointments setting call center that does it. Retirement Boss Radio, and then the slogan, "Take charge of your money." That's trademarked, and we're trying to get in as many cities nationally as we can. what happens is, and I have mentioned this website before, www.retirementbossradio.com. It talks about the show, the in and out of it. It also talks about, you can hear the podcast. So this is a new marketing for us, but not, I mean, I've done a lot of radio. I needed to test it for 6 months to see, and it took me probably a month, which it may take you a month to also to kind of really understand, you know, how to go in and go through the market content and how to really make an impact, you know, when you're on radio. So as we're finishing on up, and then we'll see if there's any questions at all. But I say procrastination is my sin. It brings me constant sorrow. I really shouldn't practice it. Perhaps I'll stop. You know what? Tomorrow never comes, does it? So if you heard something today that you like, you know, then we're going to put up a poll. I'm going to have one more slide here. Then Scott, you can put this poll up. This is great about recording. Al Jolson, an actor, says, "I'd like to do radio just like pictures, leave the imperfect stuff on the cutting room floor." That's what we do. We can we can redo, because we can redo it. Say, cut that. Let's go in and redo it again. You made a mistake. You stuttered. Let's do it over again. And then the production team goes on in and they edit it. They mix it. They go in and they put the ads to it. And with all of those two, we normally get anywhere from 10 to 20, 15, some are even 30 second, but 15-second promotions promoting your show every single week on that radio station. So there's a lot of power to this. And if you want to put up the poll, Scott, that'd be great. So on this poll, if you'd like to talk with me about Retirement Boss Radio, if that could be some kind of marketing that you would like to maybe investigate in your city, then certainly mark yes. And then we will give you a call on Monday morning. Lynn or Lori or Amy, whoever, one of my administrators, will call you and to set that on up. But if you've always thought that radio was cost prohibitive, you might be wrong. I have found that most of the time it's probably less than what seminar marketing is. Not always, but it can be less than what seminar marketing is, or at least is in that same price range. But you really kind of meet a different, I have found, a little wealthier type of client. There's a lot of people that have wealth that won't go to a seminar, but it's interesting when they're certainly listening to Rush Limbaugh or Kim Commando, or they're certainly listening to, Savage Radio. I mean, what happens is Laura Ingraham. Those people are listening to it for a reason, and lots of times it carries on over to the weekend where hopefully they're listening to that same station that's still on the dial. So I'm going to switch it on over to you, Scott, and see if there's any questions that came on up, and I will certainly help answer those questions.
Absolutely, Dave. Appreciate you taking the time to present this today. Did have a pretty interesting question come in from somebody that sounds like they might have some trepidation about public speaking and didn't know if radio would be a fit for them. Can you give us any comments on that?
Well, here's what I would have to talk to them, because public speaking, there's a bunch of difference than speaking in front of like a seminar group where you got 15, 20, 25 people with all those eyes looking back. I have found with most people, not all, but I have found with most people that when you've got the microphone and you can redo mistakes and you don't have anyone listening to it, you got a co-host helping you along, that most of that fear goes away. So you're not in front of the public. It airs in front of the public, but you're not in front of the public. I'll tell you something else. I've got a fellow that's doing the business. He's a rather large producer that's at Modesto, California, Modesto, Stockton. And he would do just fine on the radio, but he's so busy that I'm doing it for him. So I will go in. I do a national show. All the ads promote you. We're promoting you. The offers are promoting you. But what we're doing is we're going on in and we're getting those appointments for you. So the cost is no difference if you want me to do the show for you promoting you, all the ads promote you, then we can certainly do that also. That's a very good question.
Good. Thank you for that answer. Next question. So, time frame question here, Dave. They have the conversation with you. They want to get started. How quickly could we have them up and running?
Well, it will take a few days. We have to find the right station and the right time. You know what? So that station and time, that location of it, it has to be within your budget. So sometimes it could be too expensive. Sometimes the lesser one is not a good time. And my radio buyer will, between him and I, we'll figure out, hey, that's just not a good enough time to do it. We know we want to do it. We're just going to wait. That's what happened with Modesto and Stockton. We looked at it 2 months ago, but we just finally went on in and did it. So it became available. So once we get that, and then once that's done, then we have, of course, there's a contract. We go out for a year with the radio station, but you have a 4-week out. You have a 4-week out. If you say, hey, I want out of this station, you have 4 weeks. But of course, the longer you do it, the more it builds, the more people start listening to you, get a following. And then, but what happens is that once you say yes, the average is 3 to 4 weeks, your very first show will be aired. 3 to 4 weeks, depending on how quickly you get everything into us. But we have to do a lot of stuff. We got to get an 800 number or 8888 number. We try to get it ending in BOSS, 2677. That's what we try to do. But a lot of those numbers are being used up now. But we get an 800 or a toll-free number. It could be 866-833-888. But a toll-free number, it's not your number. They're calling in directly, and that's routed to the answering service. We got to get all of the script from the answering service about you and where your location is, and et cetera. There's also an online calendar. Actually, it's kind of a go-between. We use Calendly, but you don't have to use it. But if you're busy like I am and you have a lot of appointments, then we go on in and have to set you up with that. I think there's a little cost to that. I think it's about $9 a month, but you can go in where you're not overlapping any of your appointments. The appointment setting calendar folks, appointment setting call center, they see exactly where you're busy, where you're blocked off, and where you're not, so they're not doubling up. That's pretty darn cool. That has saved us headaches tremendously. So there's a lot of stuff we got to do, but I would say once you say yes, 3 to 4 weeks we're on the show, we're airing, we're getting those appointments in for you.
Absolutely. That sounds, that lines up with exactly what we've seen. And guys, I'll tell you, Dave and his media buyer, I got the pleasure to meet both the gentlemen a month or so ago now, and they do a great job, and they work hard for their guys. I mean, they truly do. And the product, as Dave mentioned, www.retirementbossradio.com. You can hear Dave's quality out there. It's really high end. They do a great job for everybody involved in the program. That being said, Dave, I don't have any more questions from the group in front of me here. Is there anything you'd like to add before we sign off?
No, I saw a couple people haven't answered yes or no yet, but you know what? I'd love to talk with you. Now, again, you may not have that budget, or you're just, we go off of show notes, so it's not scripted. We want to sound natural, so you got to be a little bit quick on your feet. But I'll tell you right now, most people lack in getting in front of enough qualified prospects. And that's how I've built my business, is by getting in front. I think I'm good at sales, but I'm great at getting in front of people. And it's nice to have a coach too. What we do is we coach for 4 coaching sessions, all about radio, what to say, how to say, the psychology behind what the people think. I mean, really kind of engage you. And then I can certainly, I'm helping you along the way also. Once you coach with me, once you're part of the program, you can use me, within reason, as much as you want through email, through giving me a call. So we would love to talk with you. If you're interested in radio, might be a little something different than you've done before. We would love to talk with you, because this turnkey system, I'm kind of chest pounding now, but it's really been a great return on our investment. So yes, certainly mark yes. And then one of our administrative assistants will give you a call on Monday morning, and I'm really looking forward to seeing talking with as many folks as possible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Dave. Thank you again for your time. My apologies to everybody for our tardiness in getting in. That was solely my fault. So my apologies. Do value the time that you gave us today. So again, thank you very much. Go out, have a great sales day, everyone. And we do look forward to speaking with you very, very soon.
Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye.